We're going to talk about our review of what we saw over the weekend, which was Masters of the Universe.
He-Man.
Yeah, that one. And Spider-Man: Brand New Day, which we saw on Monday, and He-Man was last.
Sunday.
Was it Sunday?
Yeah.
No, it was the day before that. And I'll go ahead and let Zeus go first about the Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah. Went to see it on Monday during the day, and thank God there wasn't that many people at the.
Yeah,
There
it
wasn't
was like
really
almost
anybody
empty.
there. There was probably like five other people there, like a couple
Practice
little
was on
couples.
Monday too.
What's up?
Practice was on a Monday
Yeah, it
also.
was a Monday in the afternoon. So, but yeah, no, it was a great movie. I mean, as far as you know, I go with I haven't read all the comics and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Spider Man was one of the comics I wasn't huge on reading. So because I don't know much about the only thing I really know about Spider Man is what I've seen from the movies past. From Tony Maguire to Andrew Garfield to now Tom Holland. And but no, it was a good movie. To me, I mean, they did it really well. It actually really reminds me of the Spider-Man games on
Yeah,
what was the name of the
just Marvel Spider-Man.
oh Marvel Spider, yeah, on PS4 and now
Yeah,
PS5, the new ones on PS5. But
yeah,
yeah, it was very reminiscent of that game. Some of the um I guess bad guys, I guess you call them. It was very similar. They had the lightning sticks and everything, just like the game. Um, and it was really cinematic how he would jump off the buildings and stuff like that. This one like really took you into him on the buildings,
yeah,
like first person to like, yeah, it was pretty badass.
yeah. Amazing Spider-Man did that also.
Yeah, but Amazing Spider-Man didn't do it as well. I don't think this one was. I mean, maybe it's because it was in the theaters. That probably.
I think Brand New Day did it more than Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, whatever it was really badass in that aspect. Like you got up close and personal with him
mm-hmm.
jumping off the building, stuff like that. And they just come a lot. They've come like a far way from the originals with Tobey Maguire. Like they've come a far way with the cinematography and stuff like that, and how realistic they can make everything look. And man, yeah, it was a badass movie. I don't want to give too much away, so I
Yeah,
don't want to go into what I liked about the the movie aside from how good it looked cinematographically. And um the storyline was pretty good too. They kept it on the story. A lot of people right now that they want to change so much
mm-hmm.
to like embellish things so much, but this one kept it, for lack of a term, simple.
Yeah,
Lack of a better term, it was a little simple, but the storyline, it fit. It wasn't like they were trying to do too much to throw in all these extra people, and like they try to do sometimes, especially right now everybody's just trying to go grab a dollar and make the movie the biggest freaking
yeah.
thing. So I thought it was great.
Ledger overall.
Yeah,
I don't think.
yeah. I don't
Okay.
want to go too much into the movie. I wanted y'all to see it for yourself and make your own opinion on it. But as far as what I liked about it, aside from like what actually happens in it, that's where I stand on it.
Baloo's at the door. Either Baloo or Zoe.
Uh, if they start scratching, let me.
All right, my review of it. Um, Overall, as a movie, I thought it was better than the Home trilogy. Even though I like No Way Home a little bit more, I did think the action scenes were a lot better in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some complaints I didn't like was that how it just rushed through all the minor low street level criminals that were mainly from the comics. I wish they would have shown them a little bit more, like have them have a little bit of a more prominent role instead of as one small montage sequence. But I do like how it is close to like the Marvel Spider-Man game, um, and he has like straight from the game, he this time Peter Parker does have his own gadgets and stuff, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, and he wasn't in here trying to suck off Iron Man
Yeah,
anymore. Thank God.
yeah. because he died in
Well, yeah, I
Endgame.
know, but it's
Yeah,
still you don't have Iron Man in here trying to,
yeah.
so yeah.
I like that. He actually made his stuff this time
Mm-hmm.
because he has his own little laboratory type of setup. He has like a 3D printer that he can make all kinds of stuff with. Um, I think it even uh he either used it to either repair his suit or make a suit because I saw like his suit on the 3D printer.
Yeah, he
So
was. Every time he'd get in a fight, it would rip his suit, and he'd put it on
yeah,
the printer, and it would it would stitch it up and like fix his suit every time he'd get into some kind of fight.
yeah.
Yeah,
I like that aspect of it.
yeah, that was cool.
There is one little detail that was kind of odd that they switched up because at the end of No Way Home, it showed him in his own apartment with like nothing else, with like of course his box of things, but I think he got that. There's a big black box that Tony Stark gifted to him, and I don't think it really showed that in No Way Home, but I think the setup that he has now, I think it's probably from that box where all the advanced stuff is. That's probably where he got the whole advanced 3D printer from. And so I don't know what happened to why he's not in that apartment anymore, where he was actually stitching his new costume, and now he's in like an
Technically an attic.
yeah
Well,
some
but
type of big storage space.
yeah, well, he needed it for
Oh, I think it's in a call like some type of studio room or something.
yeah, it's a studio room in the like up at the top of a building,
Yeah.
like the very top of the building, and like a little room up there. It was really a storage. All it was a storage room.
Mm-hmm.
That they said was just collecting dust really. So he ended up moving into this little storage room, and he had his whole little setup up there and everything. Um, they didn't really explain why he moved to that room.
Yeah, I would have liked to at least like saw like what happened
Yeah, like
at
why he had
least.
to, because it showed him in his apartment, then going up to that room. So it didn't really explain why he went up to that room.
Um, and the whole I thought it was a bit weird why he was obsessing over Ned and Michelle Jones. Because even though at the end of No Way Home, the whole point was that they were to forget about him in general. So
Well,
I
it literally explained it during the movie, though.
I know, but I'm just saying it was kind of weird for him to still obsess over them, even though everything that happened was to uh save them, and then he's going back again just to obsess with them and make friends with them again. I don't mind that they're in it. I just don't think they should be like a major part of it, even
Well, no,
though
that's what.
there's a more bigger threat going on.
Well, the whole point of the movie was that you can't do it alone. So he was obsessed because they were his best friends, and he couldn't handle doing things alone. So the whole like the
He
point.
wasn't doing it alone, which is
No, no,
why he
well, no.
got
I'm saying
the
like you need somebody to keep you tethered. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't just be the cop that he's working with, or the the or the Punisher or whatever. Like they're both, even though he was dating Michelle Jones or whatever. Um, it was like they're a part of him, and like people like that are outside of his workspace, that are like actually his like personal friends, and like what I'm saying, like
yeah,
that
but they
keep him
don't.
tethered to the actual world instead of just being Spider-Man. He has somebody else to make him feel more human, and that's and so I feel like that's why they chose to do it like that.
Yeah, there was even like the girl that noticed him, like in like the blonde hair girl. I would have thought maybe he would have tried to make friends with her instead. Like, cause it's starting a brand new day. I would have thought he would have made new friends,
Yeah.
and then go back to making friends with his previous ones.
Yeah.
That I think that would have been a little bit better because he still has because Punisher comes in, and then you got Bruce Banner, which ties into the whole the mutation stuff about like transforming to like a monster and your whole body is like evolving because like from the trailers you see like his eyes going turning black, and then he's got new web stuff going on and stuff like that, which I could understand that, but I think Dr. Connors, like the guy who plays as Lizard, I think he would have been um, a better match because Hulk isn't really in Spider-Man like a part of his life. So I think Dr. Connors would have made more sense.
Yeah, but
But
nobody's supposed to know who he is. So the fact that he went to um, Bruce Banner actually kind of does make sense because he already doesn't really have a relationship with him. So it's somebody that's kind of like he can be anonymous around instead of having like these like friendly feelings with, I guess you could say, like somebody that was like a mentor to him. It's just
hmm
a dude that like he knows he can trust because he has that little he has something that helps him, like can help him figure things out. So it kind of makes sense they would use him. I mean, yeah, I can see where you're going with trying to use Connors because it would have
yeah,
been more, you know what I mean? Like it could have been somebody that,
it's more related to Spider-Man.
yeah.
And um the whole transformation stuff I can understand like makes sense. And there is a storyline, an episode in the animated series where Spider-Man actually does turn up in turning into like a man spider monster where he grows like four arms and turns into a literal like spider beast. And Punisher does come in and try and stop him. And there is like a female doctor to try and administer a cure for him. So when I first thought of that, like saw the trailer, I thought it would figure to go into more of that storyline, and I think the director did. He did mention that, but he thought it would be too scary for younger audiences, with the, Peter turning into like a literal monster. But gotta get as much of the audience as you can. But yeah, there is a different type of villain in this that's not really related to Spider-Man. Although it could have, but they changed it. From the game, the villain is Mr. Negative, which he can like alter people's minds, and which does happen in the movie, except it's someone else that does it
Mm-hmm.
instead of Mr.
Mr. Negative.
Negative. And even there's even a comic called Brand New Day, which actually uses Mr. Negative, but they didn't go for that direction. So as a movie, I thought it was good, but as a Spider-Man movie, it has some inconsistencies, and there are some character changes, some good and some bad. I did like how he was more of the usual friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Like he was more involved with the New York community and talking with the police captain, Gene DeWolf. Um, I did kind of like their whole dynamic relationship,
Yeah.
how they're like speaking to each other.
But she still has no clue who he is.
Yeah, which I kind of hint that she kind of knows who he is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just thought they would have talked a little bit less and just a little bit less, but only like talk while they're on the job and not off the job. Um, because at certain points, at some moments, it seems like the police captain kind of tells Spider-Man what to do just sometimes, and how they're always reminding each other, even though Jean is like DeWolf is clearly the police captain, so she should know what's going on already in her city. So it's kind of odd how they keep reminding each other. But even though Spider-Man has like a new app now, and he has like a new AI HUD in his suit. But yeah, other than that, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I like their dynamic though because it shows that he is lonely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she has two kids, so I'm sure she hears him as being like a kid. To her, he probably because he does sound like a kid. Not a little kid, but
hmm
like obviously she's a lot older. So she probably because she has kids that are like teenagers and stuff like that, and he's not much older. Like barely in his 20s. It does make sense that she would like like be kind of like a not any kind of a parent, but like be more graceful with them, you know what I mean, instead of just like some like guy that you work with, like, okay, go do this, go do that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then it does show that he's lonely because she's the only one that he talks to because he doesn't have anybody else to talk to, you know. And so that is like the it does make sense that he would talk to her, and they would have like this kind of like kind of some kind of bond instead of just being like colleagues, you know.
Yeah.
Like because he has nobody else, you know. Like, you know, he misses his aunt, he misses his best friend and his girlfriend. He has nobody else really that he can like talk to, and nobody else really knows Spider-Man's business like she knows Spider-Man's business, you know,
Yeah.
because you know, so the dynamic did work, and I like the way that they did that.
All right. Not gonna go into any more details because we don't want to spoil anything. But overall, I thought it was good as a movie itself, and as a Spider-Man movie, it's a mixed bag. But yeah,